It is Sunday the 24th of June 2018. I'm just in the middle of my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy. Not sure if that honk was an encouraging honk from the passerby or if it was possibly because he was honking at the car in front of him. I do get a certain number of affirmative honks that are very clearly encouraging honks from people, but I can't be sure about that particular one because there was another car relatively close in front of the guy. Anyhow, my camera's been acting up, the sensor's been overheating. I had to shut it down a few times just to let the sensor cool off, and it may not have cooled off enough. But nonetheless, we're continuing on with the protest here and recording as much as possible. Good day, sir. Got a nice smile and nod from that fella. So yeah, most of the public response to my protest is positive and supportive. You get a few non-Unitarian people expressing opposition, but as a rule, it's somewhere like 8 or 9 out of 10 positives for 1 or 2 out of 10 negatives, you know, on average. So basically overwhelmingly supportive responses from the public when there is a response. I mean, most of the time there's zero response, one way or the other. They don't indicate approval or disapproval. They just go by. You know, they see the signs and everything, but they don't indicate whether they approve of the protest or not. And I'm not soliciting honks and so on. But like I said, when there is a response from non-Unitarian members of the public, usually it's at least 8 out of 10 on average that are positive, for at most 2 out of 10 that are negative. So like 4-to-1 ratio there of positive to negative, which is, I think, pretty darn good. And like I said, it might be more like 9-to-1. So anyhow, pretty quiet this morning. I believe the lay-led services are starting up and the minister's not here. I expect Reverend Diane Rollard is probably in Kansas City attending the General Assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Association, possibly with a few other members of the Unitarian Church of Montreal. We shall see, but I'm pretty sure Reverend Diane Rollard isn't here today, and I can reasonably surmise that chances are pretty good that she went to attend the 2018 General Assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Association in Kansas City. Anyhow, I actually was following the General Assembly somewhat, and they had protest by the infamous Westboro Baptist Church. Basically, the Westboro Baptist Church is very anti-LGBT, very anti-gay, and, you know, anti-various other things, very sort of fundamentalist Christian church. So they decided to protest outside the General Assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Association. So it's probably just as well that I wasn't there to protest. I wouldn't want to get confused with the Westboro Baptist Church. My reasons for protest are much more legitimate than theirs. I suspect that the Westboro Baptist Church would find it interesting that the Unitarian Universalist Association actually had the unmitigated gall to falsely accuse me of violating Canada's blasphemy law in an effort to conceal pedophilia and rape committed by Unitarian Universalist ministers and Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers and so on, considering the Westboro Baptist Church's desire to portray Unitarian Universalists or Unitarian Universalism as a perverted religion, I'm sure they'd have a field day with that if they knew about it. I haven't actually brought it to their attention, and almost certainly won't, although the temptation is certainly there, I must say. But yeah, I'm sure if the Westboro Baptist Church ever found out about the Unitarian Universalist Association's attempt to conceal pedophilia and rape by accusing me of blasphemous libel, they'd have a field day with that. Anyhow, we shall just continue to circulate here. I'm a little concerned about the sensor overheating. It's been overheating. I've had to shut off the camera at least 3 times now, maybe 4 times, to deal with the overheating sensor. In fact, it shut off automatically once without even showing the overheating symbol, so it's a bit iffy. So we're not getting recording of everything this morning, but we got most of it. And a bunch of people showing up here. I'm pretty sure this is okay, that guy may not be coming here. I thought he was coming to the church, but he's walking up the street, so perhaps not. Or maybe, he's just looking for another place to lock his bike, because the bike rack's full. Okie dokie. No worries. So yeah, I think I'm going to have a little look here at the back of the camera, see if the sensor's overheating. Oh, it seems to be okay. So we'll just continue to circulate here. I see a member of the church approaching. Long-time attendee of the Unitarian Church of Montreal coming this way. And someone else in the background there. Well, she doesn't have much to say this morning. She's said a thing or two in the past, expressing disapproval for my protest, and also trying to pretend, that the church made an effort to deal responsibly with the issues, when in fact it did no such thing, and basically from the beginning was more interested in silencing me than doing anything to deal responsibly with the grievances that I had. So anyhow, we've had words in the past, and I guess she decided she didn't want to look stupid on YouTube anymore. Anyhow, we shall circulate this. It was quite quiet. I haven't done any chalk slogans this morning. I was expecting at least 2 supporters to show up. They had indicated that they were going to show up to support. One of them's late, the other one I haven't heard from. And I held off writing the chalk slogans because I didn't want them to miss the fun of Stanislaus Makiewicz and Shannon Horan and David Rollert, racing them with the garden hose from the church, trying to wash away their sins with water, as it were. And as it turns out, I'm not even sure if Stanislaus is there today. David Rollert almost certainly isn't there today. He's almost certainly at the General Assembly of the Unitarian Universalist Association in Kansas City with his wife, Reverend Diane Rollert. So yes, so it looks like my battery's almost done here. So if it's not the camera overheating, it's the battery running out. Thankfully I have a spare in my pocket. Oh, there goes the overheating symbol. So that's sort of telling me I gotta wrap up the monologue and turn off the camera and replace the battery. So on that note, we're gonna wrap this up now. But yeah, I'm not expecting the watering down of my talk slogans to happen this morning, especially since I haven't written any yet. Could still happen. We'll see. We'll see what happens if and when my supporters show up, and we'll discuss what we want to do. That's it for now.